Vinita Kumar, and you're watching me on India.com and Bollywood Live. We are celebrating the legacy of Sushant Singh Rajput in this series. It's been a year since he passed away, and we lost an actor who was capable of changing the way Bollywood looks today. A super talented actor who belonged to the world of movies. Joining us today is someone who stood with Sushant in his last on screen appearance, a super talented actor himself, Sahil Vaid. Welcome, Sahil, on India.com and Bollywood Life, and thank you for agreeing to do this. I think it's really heartwarming that you actually gave your nod.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. This is something nobody can actually say no to. Uh, Last year, when I was doing interviews, people asked me how we could keep him alive. I think this is how we can. This is how we can keep remembering him. We can keep him alive in our hearts. So this is just my way of kind of talking about him
Absolutely,
and keeping
Sahil.
him
So,
in our memories.
Sahil, if I may ask, what is this? What are your best memories with Sushant? What is that thing that comes to your mind when you think about him? When somebody just says Sushant Singh Rajput in front of you.
You know, it's funny because when you say best memories, you generally have an opportunity to kind of compare memories. Uh, Unfortunately, with me and Sushant, the only memories I have of him are from the shooting of Dil Bechara because I did not know him before that, and I couldn't really get to know him after that because of the lockdown and everything. So the memories I do have of him are the only and the best memories of Sushant I have. So yeah, if you ask me, shooting on the sets of Dil Bechara, being together, we lived in Jamshedpur for a good amount of like a month or two. We were in the same hotel, all of us. We would play cricket on the terrace in the rain sometimes. One tip, one hand. He loved
Right,
cricket.
right.
And on sets, helping each other. Him playing a Tamil boy who I actually grew up as. I grew up in Tamil Nadu. So I knew Tamil. I would help him with the Tamil. And him being from Patna and me playing a Bihari boy in the film, he would help me with my scenes. So that's how we did it. And yeah, if I knew something like this, but that's what you say about anybody who's no more, right? It happens to be my father's birthday today. He's no more as well. I lost him in 2015. That's how we remember people who are gone. And if I
So,
knew if I knew that I'm going to lose someone in a period of time, I would spend more time. But that's not how life functions. This is how life functions. So
yeah,
yeah.
and that's really hard, Sahil. So what are the
Mm.
things that you guys used to bond over? What were the common areas of interest, or were there any?
Science, technology, and motorcycles. I think these were the three topmost interesting topics we would discuss. And then if there was a fourth topic, that would be music, because he was very passionate about music, and I still remember sharing playlists. If you like somebody's playlist, it says a lot about how much respect you have for that person. So we would, try to one up each other. ये वाला सुन, नहीं तू ये वाला सुन, नहीं तू ये वाला सुन. And it, that's mutual respect, if you ask me.
Yeah, yeah,
Mutual respect, not that you're sharing your tracks with someone or your playlist with someone. Mutual respect in the sense that even if the other person's heard a particular track and they would be like, oh, this is really nice. So appreciating someone's suggestion, advice, and that went on to the scenes that we did also, not just these things. So yeah, it was it
yeah.
was the things that we spoke about that people would just move away from us, because we would talk about space, we would talk about uh, Elon Musk a lot. I'm Although Elon Musk is now very famous, everybody knows Elon Musk, but people who people are jealous now that everybody knows about Elon Musk, because back in the day, only us geeks and nerds would know about a man who created a company, who,
Yeah.
collaborated with NASA, and he wanted to, occupy Mars, populate Mars.
Yeah.
Uh, everybody thought he was crazy, and that's the problem with the people who kind of believed in him. Everybody thought those people were crazy as well. So Sushant and me, we were both huge fans of Elon Musk way before anybody even heard of this man. At that time, he was not the richest man in the world, or the second richest, or the third richest. These guys keep flipping seats nowadays, so it's hard to keep track of who's the richest nowadays. But you understand, we
Yeah.
spoke
Yeah.
about we spoke about things that we knew for a fact that would, you know,
So do you think, Sahil,
change
that
life.
would Sushant have been jealous today, like you are, with seeing Elon Musk and everybody just being aware about who he is?
Uh, yeah, I think he would have gotten into a lot of arguments.
Okay.
I know for a fact that the first thing he would have said was, "तुम क्या जानते हो तुम Elon Musk के बारे में, हाँ? What do you know about it? मैं बताता हूँ तुमको." And then he would start. That was Sushant, because he would question everything. People generally will like, हाँ भाई हमको पता
Yeah.
है Elon Musk है, वो रॉकेट बनाता है. And Sushant was the guy who would, sit there and be like, कि कौन सा रॉकेट बनाता है? उसका propulsion system क्या है? उसका landing system क्या है?
Wow.
उसके
Yeah.
उसके क्या उसके कैप्सूल का नाम क्या है?
Hmm.
And that's
Right.
what Sushant is all about, and that's also the reason he kind of communicated with me as much,
Yeah.
because I was at the beginning of anything, he would be like, "What do you know about this?" And then I would say, "Oh, you know what? I know this much." And there was a respect, and he would be like, "Acha, isko pata
Wow.
hai, ye homework kar." Fellow nerd.
Do you have anything, some text messages, anything that you have kept with yourself that you had shared with Sushant? Anything, some scripts, some presents, anything?
I've got nothing. I have a copy of the script of Dil Bechara, which he has written on. He has touched. That's the only thing I have of him. And uh, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that's it.
So, Sahil, if I may ask you, how did you get to know about the news on 14 June last year, and what were what did you think of the things that followed?
It was a shock. I was in the other room. I was in his house. I was in the other room.
You were in Bombay.
I was in Bombay. I was in fact working in the very same room. This is my sound studio. I was dubbing all night. So I went to bed very late, 4 or 5 in the morning, and I woke up to the news. Somebody called me and said, "Is this true?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
Uh, I thought it was like a joke, because a lot of these memes were being, well, just a couple of days ago. Somebody forwarded a rumor saying that another celebrity has passed away, and it turned out to be a hoax. So I was like, it's a joke, and I was very sleepy. I opened my Instagram, the news was right there, and I was like, no, that's not possible. I scrolled, another handle had the news, then another handle, then another handle. So the news had broken out, I think, half an hour or 45 minutes before I woke up. And we were on the like the prime of COVID, the advent of COVID back in the
Yes.
day when
Yes.
this happened. And we were all scared. We were all home bound. I remember the first person I called was Mukesh sir. I called him to find out if this is if this is anything, because I had no idea what was going on. I called him. He cut my call, so my anxiety started going up again. I was like, why is he cutting my call? I called Sanjana, and she was crying. And that's when I knew that there's there's some validity in this news. Slowly, in an hour's time, after
Mm.
having woken up, it I mean, if you ask me, has it synced in? I don't know. I still don't know if it's synced in or not. It's been a year. It's now 1 year. And if you ask me, if I could go back to the 8th of June 2020 somehow, I would be in panic if time travel was possible. I mean, these are the kind of discussions I had with Sushant. So if time travel was possible, would I go back to the 8th of June to find out what happened? Yes. Would I change anything? I so wish I could. But then there's something about time space continuum. If you change the past, things start getting it's a theory where if you change anything, the future is completely different. It's messed up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so
So,
yeah, it it,
Sahil,
it, it
Dil Bechara released after that, and it was like, a wholesome of emotions together for everybody, like, even of course for
yeah,
everybody. And I hope this it was even more special for people who were associated with the film, for you as well.
yeah.
What was running in your mind when you watched yourself on screen, when you watch yourself with Sushant on screen?
You know, a week before Sushant passed away, we had been informed that the film is going to release. So we were all very happy, and we sent each other congratulations messages, all the best messages, and all. The trailer was about. I remember the trailer was about to come out, uh, and it. I felt really bad when all sorts of stories were being thrown around. Ki, ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है वैसा क्यों हो रहा है why are they releasing the film now. Unfortunately, my voice didn't have anything. Who's going to listen to me? We knew a week before that the film was going to release the end of the month. In fact, I think we knew a month prior, in May of 2020.
Yeah.
Mm. Then the film released, and unfortunately, I had to watch it alone because I was here in this house, locked down. My building was sealed. I couldn't really leave. Couldn't go to the funeral. I couldn't do anything. That was more frustrating than anything. I watched the movie, and it hit differently. कहते हैं ना, it hit differently. So by the time the church scene came and we were doing eulogies, I was like, this is surreal. Yeah, we were actually giving him eulogies there
Yeah.
back in Jamshedpur, and kind of completed the circle. बड़ा ही surreal, weird सा एक environment हो गया था in my living room, and I was like, कि, how is this so similar? How is everything so
What is the best way to remember Sushant? What is the best way to honor his legacy, Sahil, for you?
to do this every year and to you know to keep remembering his contribution to uh, our 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 cinema, because he he had a I would say a very short career. He had a lot to give to us, you know. So first of all, let's honor him by not making a mess of the situation. This past 1 year, I'm saying we because us industry folk and us Indians, we've created so much personal agenda because of what happened. Nobody knows the truth, and everybody goes online and says stuff which we need to find the truth. Fine, but you can't make his legacy go down like this.
Yeah.
We need to kind of respect the man. He's done a lot for this industry. The industry has also given him a lot of respect. That's the reason we are having this interview today,
Yeah.
remembering him. There was
Yeah.
a lot of love. The people love him. The people are they are the ones who are going to keep him alive. There are forums on the internet, on all social media. He's
Yeah.
everywhere. He
Yeah.
just got chosen. He got chosen in the top 10 desirable men's list.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right,
Still,
Sahil.
still,
Sahil, if
we
there's any
still
one
can.
thing that you could have just told him for the last time, like, is there anything that you think now कि यार एक बार अगर मुझे बात करने को मिलता ना तो शायद मैं ये बोलता, have you Like, you think like that sometimes. Like one
मैं उसको
last
बोलता
message, one last call.
मैं उसको बोलता तू मेरे घर आके रहता. I would have said, come here, live with me, just stay here, don't go anywhere. I would say that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the truth is, he invited me over to his farmhouse in Pavna, and I didn't go. I told him कि I have dubbing. I I thought ठीक है यार, आज नहीं फिर कभी चले जाएंगे, फिर कभी never happens. And who knew this was going to happen? So I said कि मैं फिर आता हूँ, आप लोग जाओ, have fun.
Yeah.
I'll later or some other day. I don't know.
That's so
What
nice.
happens happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so nice, and I really loved cherishing what you have about him for him. So thank you so very much for sharing this.
I'll have a great time. Thank you for
Thank you,
having me.
Sahil. Thank you.